走れそりよ風のように月見原をパドルパドル
Ho, 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 you are approaching me. Instead of running away, you're coming right to me.
I can't get the shit out of you without getting closer.
Well, well, well. Santa's always the one doing the gifting, but ain't nobody be the one gifting anything to Santa. Nani?
このディオだ。
Ho, 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 Ben.
I see that Santa has taken the place of Edward this fine evening.
Ho, 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 it is not Santa, it is I, Dio.
Oh shit.
Oh, very unfortunate.
I have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and utterly... Wait, what was it again?
You've been fooled.
Yes, I'm
So that's it.
befuddled.
Welcome to our kind of Christmas special, kinda, I don't know,
It's coming
mixed fitness and sociology episode.
It's coming out before Christmas, but you know, it fits the theme. It fits the theme.
Bring you the gift of gains coming to you soon at a certain event.
And I'm here to give you depression, just straight up depression, all the depression. Yes.
Yes, there's a reason why this podcast is not for kids. It's not because it's alcohol, it's because he's here. But
Yes,
that's it.
indeed.
Today we have something a bit special. In light of Christmas coming up, we actually have a bit of a recommendations video. You know, we are a whiskey podcast, so we do have some whiskeys for you to recommend. Or we are recommending a few whiskeys for you to give as a Christmas present to whoever you might fancy.
Indeed.
Could be a loved one, could be an unloved one. If you wish to give them absolute poison, we can recommend the Loch Lomond. Thankfully, it's not right here. I have sent it off to be stored, sheltered, sealed away at a friend's house. That's it. Let's get to our good recommendations for this Christmas.
Yeah, something that you can drink over the holidays.
Ben, why don't we start with you, considering that you're rather empty-handed today?
Yes, unfortunately, we are not filming at my dorm, so the bottles which are hiding there will not be available today. But yes, I have two recommendations over the course of the past few sessions of our episodes.
Yes, I was actually thinking of doing like a whiskey tier list, but then I remembered that we don't actually have enough whiskeys reviewed to do that. That said, we do have a lower end and a higher end recommendation. So Ben,
Indeed.
starting with you.
Alright, so for the lower end recommendation that is a bit more budget and, well, a bit more fitting for something that you would drink at a party, perhaps on Christmas, would be the Buffalo Trace.
Insert this image here.
Yeah, so the Buffalo Trace is a bourbon whiskey. I think it's about 40%, if I'm not wrong.
Typically.
Yeah, typically. It's rather sweet, you know, you get the standard bourbon taste, the smells to it. But yeah, it's very straightforward, you know, it goes down smooth. Can't really expect more from, well, I wouldn't say it's cheap, it costs about $70 odd, but it is a decent price whiskey and it does taste good enough for you to enjoy.
Definitely a good whiskey. If I remember correctly, I said something about it either being good on the rocks or neat, but not the other. So there's that.
I think it was on the rocks and not, or was it neat and not on the rocks? But either ways, it's better chilled. Yes. Anyways,
yes. Speaking of which, we did chew the whiskey that I'll be going through later today. But
Yes.
so the high end option.
The high-end option would be the Kyushu Cowboy. Well, here I have a bottle of Inoue, courtesy of Ed.
It is emptied.
Yes, it's emptied. But the one that I would be recommending is the Shinozaki. So
Yes, the Kyushu Cowboy Shinozaki.
Indeed. So the thing that I liked about that whiskey is that, I mean, you get the straight, like, you get the normal stuff, you get a very smooth whiskey, you know. It's slightly higher alcohol percentage, if I'm not wrong.
No. The Shinozaki is a 40%, whereas the Inoue is lower. It's 35, if I remember correctly.
36.
36.
Yeah, but The thing I really liked about the Shinozaki was the salted caramel taste that was unique to that whiskey. Out of all the whiskeys that I've tried so far, it's not nutty. It's just that very nice salted caramel aftertaste, which I find very just divine. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Ben, if you want to savor the combination of the Kyushu Cowboy Shinozaki and the Glen Grant, I think 10 or 12, it's up there. But with that said, I too think that the Shinozaki was really good. Not as good as the Inoue, which is right here. That was the lower percentage combined with a very strong honey sweetness. Makes it the perfect sweet whiskey for you to have. Of course, I won't be recommending it. If anything, we're trying to have a good spread between the countries here. So far, we've had a bourbon, we've had a Japanese whiskey. I'll be going to my recommendations now. So I'll be starting on the higher end first. So on the higher end, we have the Penderyn Celt. So we covered this in the cake episode. In particular because... wait, did we cover this in the cake episode? I can't remember, but whatever.
Well,
The Penderyn Celt and the Penderyn Myth are both Welsh whiskies, but one of them has a really good smell, one of them has a very good wine taste. If you're looking for a very mellow, not very strong, and a smooth whiskey to kind of have a good drink at the end of the night, then I recommend the Penderyn Celt. Otherwise, we can go into the whiskey that I'll be recommending and will also be reviewing today. It is called the Singleton 12 Years. It is a single malt, it is a Scotch. So, it's so far been the best budget option of whiskies that I've experienced this year.
Oh, even more budget now that it's on sale.
Yes, so Singleton's a good price would be about 59. Anywhere from 59 to 62 is, I would say, a very decent price. Anything more than that, I would suggest you withhold your wallet, withhold your credit cards, and maybe withhold the children. Because the Singleton 12 Years is a combination of all the good flavors that you would find in whiskey. It's a combination of fruity, it's a combination of sweet, and it's a combination of smoky, all in one very nice blend. But it's not a blended whiskey.
Well, let's hope that it doesn't taste too complex.
No,
like
definitely not. It will hit you immediately. And just for you, I have it chilled today.
Yeah, man, that's the best way to go.
Exactly. That's it. I think this wraps up our little, how would you put it? Christmas
section?
recommendation.
Yeah.
For whiskeys that you might consider getting. Loved, unloved one, I don't know.
Just drink. And drink your sorrows away for this holiday.
Yep. If that's it, let's get to our whiskey review. Ho, you thought I was actually cutting it off here. You're wrong. Start recording again. Instead, we are just going to continue on from, well, whatever the previous section was. You have all been debated.
Oh, damn. I was debated.
Yep.
And what a bit and switch. Oh.
Yeah, so for most of you, some whiskeys come with this little metallic foil seal that unfortunately may or may not cut you. Well, for this time, no. But in the past, yes, I'm afraid that in my moments of foolishness, I have been cut.
I think that appears to be a more common occurrence than you're making it out to be.
No, I already cut myself. Built different.
Yeah. I remember you getting cut at AFA as well.
That is a moment of foolishness.
You fool. Oh man.
Does it smell great?
Oh yeah, it's definitely... I can smell it from here. It's a lot stronger than the ones that we've been tasting so far.
Alright.
Like the last few episodes.
Let's begin our review of the Singleton 12 Years.
Yeah. Made
Alright.
even more value with the provision of a glass.
Exactly. Right, cheers. Good smell. Fruity. Just the way I like it, just a little tinge of smoke.
Indeed, it actually has some smell to it.
Oh, okay. That's it. Ready for a tasting.
Sure.
Alright.
Oh my god, it's not just nuts.
It's not just nuts, right?
It is not just nuts. I mean, there's a slight taste of nuts at the end, but you know, that's to be expected. That should be expected for most whiskies, but
Yep.
you can actually taste the fruit at the start, and
Very
then there's a
start,
very nice
fruit.
smoky the barrel.
Unlike the Singleton 15, which is a very smoky Singleton, and the Singleton 18, which is a rather smoky, fruity combination, this one is much lighter. If anything, I prefer it neat. I've yet to try it with a mixer, but on the rocks, it's very similar to this.
Yes, it is easy enough to taste the difference when the taste profile changes.
Yep.
At the start, it's distinct.
Fruity,
It's,
tutti, not too strong,
yeah,
but not weak.
it's not too complex. It doesn't hit you all at once and leave you befuddled.
Like I said, highly accessible bottle,
Indeed.
very commonly found in most of your supermarkets. A very common, good scotch that you would probably enjoy in your first drink. Maybe future drinks as well. This is definitely not the first time I'm having a Singleton 12. This is definitely not a whiskey that we've reviewed before. We're reviewing it for the first time today.
Indeed.
That's it. I think this wraps up our little recommendations and review. Singleton 12 years. Alright, now that we're back, can finally get to the topic du jour of this little episode here, this pre-Christmas episode. Because what is the essence of capitalist Christmas, Ben?
It is consuming everything and anything that they sell you. It is Coke. It is the turkey. It is ham. The presents. The tree. Honestly, there's so much consumerism going on in Christmas that I can't even put my finger on everything that
Darn it, Ben, who am I dressed up as today?
Coca-Cola's mascot.
If only Daiso and Coca-Cola would sponsor me, sure, but no. It's about presents, Ben.
Presents.
Not the present, but about giving presents. But what constitutes presents is not feelings, is not emotional damage. Rather, we're talking about consumerist presents, we're talking about products and services. In essence, this episode is about commodities, or what I would term commodities. Simply put, products and services within a given context. For me, well, I belong in the fitness industry. Needless to say, I'll be talking about products and services because fitness is kind of disgusting in terms of the commodities if you think about it. It is an industry with very odious marketing, very unfortunate, but hey, where money changes hands, there will be commodities to be found.
You're saying it like as though it is unique, but in honesty, it's as disgusting as everything else. So
Well, fitness has its booms. There has been, or rather, it's only become more commercial nowadays. It never really used to be this widespread. It never, like, fitness actually didn't used to be a general populist thing. The fitness industry never belonged to a general populace. It
I
actually belonged to a
guess.
very elite group of people who could afford to lose weight. Whereas people in the past did not have a choice to lose weight.
fair enough.
They were too busy trying to put on weight.
Fair enough. To be fair, the people in the factories were ripped enough that they didn't need a fitness regime. So
Yeah, it's often talked about like why are people who work like the manual labor jobs why do they look like the way they do? Why do so many manual laborers look kind of ripped but not exactly super jacked, not like really big? All has to do with how much energy they're using on a daily basis. They always try to just get the sufficient amount of energy that they can. That is how that they have maintained their bodies despite the amount of work they're doing. That's how they have acquired the strength that they have. That's how they acquired the work capacity or endurance that they have. But that's a different story. We can go into that after, well, if we ever have a episode talking about fat loss or obesity in the far future, that would be good.
That's more than likely.
But rather, instead, today we'll be talking about products and services in fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ben, you are going to be, well, privy to some of them soon.
Pray tell. Well, I fear what comes after this, but pray tell.
Hey, relax. Even our opening skit involved fitness commodities. After all, weights, free weights, weight plates, these are all products that have been mass manufactured and spread out. Floor bumper plates, which are essentially pieces of rubber that have been stuck together, encased, and been well created to be dropped on the floor repeatedly without spoiling, have been constituting almost the entirety of Olympic weightlifting for the longest time.
Fair enough.
And the bars, specialty bars, have enabled gyms to proliferate so much more than they previously had. Previously, it used to be more about machines. Then there was a small boom in the functional training. I wouldn't call it industry, but it was more like it's a fad at the time. It was a training fad, so people were converting to a style of training that was perceived as more functional. But then once people started realizing that, hey, free weights, gravity is the only thing that acts on it. I can't get the best possible paths for it. It's not exactly very safe. It tends to be more unstable. People started being more, hey, we need more machines and we need more gimmicks to sell more. Because, consumers, whoa. Yes, so even in our skit, we did use some commodities. But that said, it's Christmas, so why don't we actually talk about what you would think is a good gift for someone if we're talking about physical fitness.
Physical fitness?
Like, what would you buy me?
Honestly, I wouldn't know, and that's why I would just give you straight up the cash that would be necessary to buy something.
Well, you know
Utility.
me, I'm a Dota player. Money changes hands. I love
Money
it.
changes hands.
Well, if that's it, why don't you look around this room? Do you see something familiar, something that actually appeared in a previous episode that is not alcohol? Look around. Ignore the nettleberries. They are saber faces.
Yes, there are a lot of saber stuff around, so that's kind of the idea. Right. Yes, I can see that there are plenty of gym equipment, personal training equipment, plenty around, and a couple of swords. What's your point?
Well, if you remember, we did this little episode on sports anime with our guest Nikki. And for that, I used what is called a hand dynamometer. It's actually resting there amidst all my books.
Right.
It's something that's used to measure grip strength in kilograms or pounds.
The rightful place that it should be.
Yeah, easily accessible. If I just gomu no stretch my arm there, I can easily grab it.
I fear for a lot more things if that were to happen, but carry on.
Yeah, it is a very uncommon commodity. It is a product, fitness industry, often used as a assessment tool. What else do you see in this room that might have appeared in a previous episode that is not alcohol?
Man, you gotta really stress that point, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the swords? Not.
Whoa, where are you looking to see swords?
Huh? What else is there? Man, I can't even remember half the stuff
Half the stuff?
that's been in previous episodes.
Well, due to
Did we
some
really-
flawed camera work, the treadmill has appeared.
Has it?
Yep.
Oh shit. I guess that's one way. That's one way to shoehorn another commodity in.
Yes, indeed.
Huh.
If anything, treadmills they're more commercial commodities. They're a very common piece of equipment in gyms. There's actually quite a lot of use for them. Although during the functional training phase of the fitness industry, people were demonizing the treadmill. Saying that, it's not the same as replicating real world running. But hey, for me, walking on it is fine. It helps me clock steps, help me, burn off enough energy such that I can maintain in some, balanced state of calorie intake and output.
So where exactly are we going with this train of thought about the fitness commodities?
Well, I'm just going to talk about some products and services that would make good gifts. from the very outset, I think that the products and services in fitness are very much valuated based on perceived value rather than pure function. That is that any product and service that belongs to the fitness industry oftentimes has its value arbitrarily set based on how much we perceive it to be worth rather than how much it is innately worth. For example, it's just a piece of metal. How much could it possibly be worth?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how demand and supply works, but do carry on.
Yep. So, ignoring the blatant and really, not say blatant, but the really roundabout way of describing demand and supply, fitness is, I'm afraid, more privy to price elasticity.
Fair enough. It's not a...
For example, how much could hunks of metal like these surrounding us possibly be?
Yeah, you don't exactly need those when you're starving.
You can use it to threaten people into giving you something.
Sure.
If you drop it on your floor, you could create a dent, but at the same time, you could cause them some trouble.
Fair enough. I was thinking you might go a different road. Fair enough. Carry on.
That's it. Just go talk about some simple products and services that I think would be good for the average person that they could consider giving as a gift. First thing that I consider is support gear. What comes to your mind when it comes to support gear?
Braces?
Actually something good. I'm talking something more along the lines of reinforcement, kind of like knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, wrist wraps, wrist straps. All of these tools, some of which you can see if you look on the shelf there, or out of the rack. These are all very simple accessories that you could purchase for someone if you think that they are looking to protect themselves when lifting, protect them from themselves, or protect them from a random incident. After all, elbow sleeves, knee sleeves, what these things do, they reinforce the joints by providing a constrictive, elastic wrap around them such that it reduces how much force you need to produce to lift the weight, as well as providing a rebound effect to any action that you're doing.
Oh, seems like an interesting gift.
Yes, so it's something that you could consider if you know someone who is perhaps slightly older, or you know they have a wonky joint, or you know that they are starting to get real heavy in what they lift and they need that little bit of enforcement and they don't know what to get.
Seems like a very specific gift, like situational.
Of course it's situational, but you know you need to think about people's individual circumstances. You can't just be like, random bullshit go.
General utility tends to be my focus.
Very well, then let's talk about general utility.
All right.
Fitness clothing.
Fitness clothing.
Fitness clothing.
Indeed. That is very general indeed.
Yes. We're talking about the generic shirts, the generic pants, joggers, leggings, all these little items that you could buy for anyone and they could immediately use it.
Indeed.
Unisex products, shirts, otherwise if perhaps you are a female person, you could opt for a sports bra. Those are also good utility items. If anything, I'm not going to do the classic study showed, but let's just say that in my course of study, people have talked about the utility of sports bras in managing injuries to the memories. And there is actual utility to having a good pair. I'm not going to say I have personal experience, but let's say I know people who have personal experience.
Well, if you have extra credits, I'm pretty sure you can always just spend them on a pair of FVT and they will be perfectly good sports gear to give to a friend.
Speaking of credits, shoes.
Shoes.
I think that so far the SCF A6 shoes, the gel sole shoes, they have been fairly good commodity.
Honestly, yeah. Surprisingly good pair of shoes.
So far we cover supportive gear, clothing, shoes. That's enough about general products. Let's go to services.
Services.
What do you think fitness services?
Why are you looking at me like that? You're trying to
Fitness
promote
services.
You're trying to promote something here, sir?
Well, buddy, we are going to start getting you a bit more jacked than usual. So there is that little caveat there.
Right, where's the exit?
Yeah, so
There is no exit.
one product, one service rather that you could get someone is a personal training trial. Especially if you know that the person is highly competent, the person knows his shit, and the person is a nice, affable, and funny individual that you can talk to.
Right, so I wonder where I can find a person like that.
Yeah, I think you could look outside the door. You could see my dog. I think she'll make a good person.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, good personal trainer right there.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just chase after you as you're running away from the house.
Yes, indeed.
Then
Sounds
you
like
clock enough cardio for 10 years.
sounds like a very good plan indeed.
Yes, well, with that said, personal training, highly subjective service, really depends on what you're trying to get out of it. I recommend that you reserve personal training sessions for times where you really need someone to observe your form and make corrections. So typically if you are less experienced, otherwise you should reserve it for times where you have highly technically demanding exercises. So things that require you to lock in perhaps 7 different cues. Although if you're needing 7, chances are you are, well, not as experienced as you think you are.
Sorry, you lost me at 7.
7 different cues. Not pool cues, but no, cues. C-U-E. These are little nuggets of information that will mention in order to get you to make slight behavioral adjustments. For example, cue for getting your chest up so that you maintain a more upright posture.
Indeed, those are very important little tidbits that one would not notice on their own.
Yes, exactly. So it's very good to have an external kind of like panopticonic viewer to have you, well, aware of them so that you can have your technique lockdown pat.
Sounds like a very good gift indeed.
Yes. Other services that you could consider, for example, would be a nice sports massage. If you're someone who is already constantly exercising, or even on and off exercising, chances are you would have a bout of, well, soreness. And I say soreness, not injuries, because chances are if you have an injury, that involves anywhere from a grade 1 to grade 2 tear of a muscle.
Right,
Well,
I don't think a massage will solve anything.
Yeah, if anything, it will make it worse.
Pretty much.
Grade 3, the muscles are already separated, don't bother, you should be in the hospital.
Right.
Otherwise, there has been quite a number of there's evidence to show the utility of massages on your recovery. Usually involves something along the lines of lymphatic drainage and the flushing of metabolites from the system. So you can consider a sports massage. Those tend to be more specific to clearing metabolic waste from the body rather than the sensual pleasurable massage that you might get if you go to Thailand.
Right. Well, in any case, I think massage would be something that anyone, well, most people would find a nice gift.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
No one will really say no to a massage, you know.
Yes, I agree.
What else? What other services?
Well, we can get to more services in a short while. But for now, how about we try having a bit more of the Singleton 12, but on the rocks?
Sounds good. Yes, so now we are doing the Singleton on the rocks.
Yes, Ben. I hope that's not vodka you have in your glass right there.
Nah, I ain't gonna be... We're doing 2 episodes tonight, spoiler alert, but we're doing 2 episodes tonight, so I don't think I want to get drunk before the last shots.
Yes, that's it. We're going to be doing the Singleton 12 on the rocks right now. So far, in my experience of the Singleton 12 on the rocks, I think that a little addition of water does make it taste a little bit better. Doesn't dilute the flavor. If anything, brings it out a little bit more. Right. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, slightly better sweetness.
Oh yes, indeed. It does lengthen the taste of each. It does lengthen the duration of each taste by a good amount. It's like you can feel the fruits more before the smokiness kicks in.
It's not just that. Like something that we didn't mention earlier was that not just is the Singleton 12 smooth, it doesn't have a very strong alcohol taste.
Ah yes.
This one actually does draw out the alcohol flavor a bit more for me, but it doesn't make it intolerably more.
It doesn't turn it into a
Yeah, if anything, feels a bit more spiced, I would say.
yeah. It doesn't turn into the donkey whiskey. Ah, that was a trauma.
The nuts have been subdued and the flavors brought out. This is my favorite way of having the Singleton 12. I've yet to have a mixer. We're gonna find out shortly anyway.
Indeed. Well, are we gonna have any interesting mixers today?
Let's just say that I have nothing prepared for the third card. So,
That is either a blessing or something that I do not want to hear.
oolong tea.
I fear that you might bring out the infinity bottle and then mix a Singleton in.
I mean, you can always have the infinity bottle with the Shinozaki.
No, thank you.
Why not?
I am good.
It's good.
I think the taste profile for the Shinozaki is a bit too subdued for the infinity bottle. I think,
You think so?
the infinity bottle might just like overpower and mask it.
No, if
entirely.
anything, I have two infinity bottles. The Glengrun is an infinity bottle.
Oh,
But the Glengrun is mixed with the Shinozaki
Oh.
alongside Auchentoshan 12.
Hmm.
So, if anything, it's more smoky sweet than anything. Yeah.
well, perhaps another day.
That said, we still need to decide what we're gonna have. I recently stocked up orange juice, so
Seems like an interesting choice. You give it a shot later.
yep. That's it. Singleton 12 on the rocks. Fantastic drink.
Fantastic
Brings out the
indeed.
flavours.
Yes, something that you could drink at a party any day, anytime.
Exactly. Then back to services.
Yes.
So this is like my third report of the Singleton on the rocks. But hey, that said, let's wrap up the last service that I was talking about that could be potentially good for a Christmas present. What do you think that is?
I have no idea.
Well-
what other services are there?
Well. Okay, so mention personal training and mention massages. Go talk about the last thing that came to mind. That I think could be is good in some sense that it's highly accessible, it's dispensable. It's classes.
Oh, so like spin classes, that kind of.
Yeah,
Ah.
it is actually a very wholesome general gift that you could give to someone. The
Indeed.
spin classes might be pushing a little. People have gotten rhabdomyolysis cases from that, where their muscle breaks down and they start pissing out blood, like I did after getting lost during one of my navigation missions. But hey,
Wow.
that's it.
Uh-huh.
Classes are actually a very good gift that you could give for someone for Christmas, especially if you already belong within a system of classes. For example, ClassPass. Not shielding them, I don't do classes, but hey, classes don't need to involve the three major commodities or services that I will refer to, namely those are yoga, Pilates, and spin. I think those are the three great commodities because they have been the most well marketed, but they are highly accessible, and they often require you to make purchases into participation. For example, specialized clothing. For example, spin class. If you want to get the most bang for your buck, you would probably want to get a good pair of cycling cleats. I would know this because I am a cyclist. Well, was a cyclist, but I will get back into it when I'm not lazy.
Alright. Yes.
I've done yoga before, but yoga and Pilates in the module, I will not say anymore. I got a B-. I think it's pretty bad.
Speaks for itself. The grade speaks for itself.
Yeah. But if that's it, it's not just the three great commodity classes. You could consider things like martial arts classes. I think those are also good. For example, a good introductory class into jiu-jitsu is good. Good introductory class into no-gi grappling, which is similar jiu-jitsu. Then you also have boxing, Muay Thai. Those are also good classes that you can consider. Then if you are looking for more recreational fun things to do, a good way to test fitness, then, well, ironically, Zumba.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't say much because I don't like testing my fitness.
Fair enough.
And I'm not a musically inclined person. As you know, I failed grade 1 piano. I can only play piano insofar as my brain has capacity to memorize how to press chords.
Well, I think your rendition of Paduru Paduru was pretty good. So, says
Well,
as
hey.
much.
Hey, this makes the perfect segue because we're now going to talk about... We are an anime podcast,
Indeed.
but I don't exactly have many memories of animes that have Christmas as like central theme. I don't know. We did mention Origairu.
Central theme is, I guess, most anime wouldn't revolve around Christmas.
It's
I
like-
mean,
yeah.
you get an episode or two, maybe a arc in Christmas, but none of them really
But
revolve around
Christmas is not exactly like it's not like a themed episode. There is the beach episode there is the mandatory shower scene. Those are like quintessential anime scenes that you must have, or episodes that you must have.
I think Christmas
Or like the camping
is one of
episode.
those.
Nah, camping.
Really?
Yeah, Christmas ain't it, man.
Well,
But you definitely agree with me that the beach episode is one of them.
It's tropey enough. It is a trope.
Look, let me put it this way. Even Free Iwatobi Swim Club has a beach episode. So don't ask me why I know that, but just know that it doesn't discriminate between gender.
Fair enough.
But with that said, hey, there is something that of a highly consumerist nature that I am well aware of that has a Christmas every single year. Christmas event. It is Fate Grand Order.
Yes.
All things return to Fate. While we may have we are centrally JoJo themed in our intro skit, it is fundamentally Fate. That is Padoru Nero.
Padoru, indeed.
Yeah. Fate Grand Order, the video game, for those who don't know and may have it confused with a movie, an anime series, a trading card game.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I am confused as is.
They have a Christmas event, and they have special Christmas servants for every single Christmas so far.
I guess
And this Christmas servant is like this Christmas theme event comes with a Christmas theme servant that is a gift to us. They are all welfare servants. Welfare servants being the name for any 4-star or an SR servant that comes to you for free if you take part in the event. Yeah. If I were to try my very, very best to name all the characters, if I'm not wrong, it would be Santa Saber Altar, Santa Artoria Caster Rider. There will be Saber. There will be Santa Janta, Santa Jan Altar, Jan Altar Lily Lancer. Then I think we have I think there was a special like Martha or something.
I guess
Santa Martha.
I guess only the Fate fans would
Really
understand
appreciate me.
Yeah, what you're speaking of is lost on me.
Right. This Christmas for this year for the English NA version of Fate Grand Order we have Santa Karna. And what makes it special is that he is the first male Santa welfare servant that we're getting. We had Santa Quetzalcoatl, we had Santa Altera, Santa Saber Altar, Saber John Altar, but hey, now we have Santa Karna. Karna being the hero of charity from the Indian Mahabharata. In case you don't know what that is, it is one of the 2 great stories in Indian, I wouldn't call it mythology, but more like their stories, their tales.
Now, I'm surprised that there hasn't been a Christmas Astolfo yet, but perhaps we're getting there.
Oh, no. That, if I'm not wrong, there is a Christmas Astolfo.
Oh, God.
Or rather, we have a special Astolfo.
It's just It is just to please the fans, is it not?
Is Astolfo Saber.
Wait, what?
And he is one of the characters that came out in, I think, 2021. I think that was last year.
Right, yeah.
Last year's Christmas event. He came out not as a special Christmas welfare character, but as a SSR Astolfo.
So, to the memes. All the memes.
To the absolute meme, everyone got a 5-star Astolfo.
Yes, I can see where they were going with that.
Yeah.
Well, they certainly did please the fans.
Indeed. I mean, this falls within the purview of commodities. After all, gacha is a commodity. It is a service. And the
fair
product you get is digital. You pay large amounts of money to get JPEG images of your waifus and husbandos. I mean, doesn't mean it doesn't give me gratification, but hey, we use money to get happiness, so...
Indeed. Money is indeed happiness at certain times, but yeah.
Yeah. So Ben, any good anime examples of Christmas?
I mean,
Any gifts or something?
The most, I think the most, the one that most people should know of would be the Christmas scene in SAO. Yeah, that one. I'm sure you know of it.
I mean, I've watched all of SAO.
Season 1?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That scene. Well, otherwise, can't really say much about that scene. What else is there?
I mean, I tend to ignore such scenes
Yeah.
because I'm more focused on the battles of SAO. But, somewhat touching.
Somewhat. What else is there? I can't remember if let's see. Actually, not much. I can't remember much. Maybe it's just me being my memory may be a bit yeah, it may be a bit lacking.
It's okay. I don't think that Christmas is the central focus of most animes.
Yeah, they tend to focus more on New Year, honestly.
Yes, New Year, Golden Week. What
Yeah.
else? But hey, let's do a little hypothetical. What would you consider a good anime and manga themed gift for someone? If let's say you're going to give me something that is not an image of deal, what would it be? Something's not
Right.
alcohol, not an image of deal.
So, what would we consider a good gift?
Think hard. You can look in that corner. You can look in that corner. I don't know.
Yeah, so when it comes to gifts, the idea of a good gift really depends on the context. So what is your objective of the gift, and who is the target of the gift? If it were you, from a gift from me to you,
Gratification.
the objective may be to just go absolute meme, just go apeshit.
The picture
So-
of deal.
Yeah, but beyond that, I may just gift you a Christmas Astolfo body pillow.
That would still be a pricey gift.
Yeah, but it would be meme. That would be one of the objectives of the gift, right? If I were to do that for someone else that I actually respect, wait, what?
Could you do Enkidu just because it's not gay if it's clay?
Could try it. Who knows?
Think about it. But hey, what else? What else? Would you
Yeah,
say?
but if if the target of your gift were someone different, maybe say your parents who weren't part of this culture, and you actually have some respect for them,
Whiskey.
I mean, if that was something that they would like, the objective would be to, no, the objective of most gifts would be something that the person receiving would be able to consume, would it not? If it was something that they wouldn't be able to consume, like if I were to give my dad a Stofo body pillow, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be able to consume that. I doubt
He'll probably gift it back to you for your birthday.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know what a Stofo is.
That's a what goes round comes round, man.
Indeed, money changes hands and it just returns all back to me.
Indeed.
But yeah, it really depends on the culture of the individual, what culture they go, what culture they exist in, you know, the things that they like, that they are surrounded with. Honestly, that really, what a good gift, it really depends on the specific context. If you were to give it to your significant other, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to meme it up to the extent of an Astolfo body pillow, because you know.
Now you give your own body pillow.
You can try that. I'm not stopping you from doing that, but
Let's see if I'm narcissistic enough to contemplate the idea in the far future.
well, that will be your experimentation, and I wish you all the best for that.
Hey, that's it.
Any consequences will not be on my shoulders. Please do not look for me if you decide to give an Astolfo body pillow or your own body pillow to your significant other. So yeah.
That's it. Let's actually come up with some credible anime merchandise
Indeed.
that we could possibly give to someone. I'll start. I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna throw out something that I already have up there. Art. Art.
Yeah.
You know, with AFA and with the soon to come EOI, end of year, J Culture Festival, there'll be plenty of opportunities for us to get art and gift art. After all, I did go to the effort of finding the absolute gayest Jujutsu Kaisen art, so that I could gift it away to someone. So I think art is a very good present, especially not just A3 art like you would normally see. I think even A5 pieces of art will also work fine. If anything, more giftable.
More giftable.
Don't have to
yes.
go buy like a really expensive frame for that.
And you can just put it on your wall with like blue tag or something.
I agree.
Assuming that they have a space on their wall to put it on.
Yes.
Yeah. What would be something good? I guess it depends. Like, The value of a gift has two aspects: the cost itself and the intent behind it. So if it's something that you're gonna give to your friend without much intention behind it, like as a courtesy gift, if I were to give you something cheap would do fine enough. The intent behind it is the thoughts behind it, ample. So perhaps something simple like a keychain. Well, there are plenty of rather expensive keychains on sale at AFA, but something cheap.
Call back to the AFA episode. I did receive a free keychain for asking a very specific booster exhibitor for the gayest Jujutsu Kaisen I could have. Unfortunately, they didn't have it, but they did have They did have keychains, so they give me one for free. I'm just gonna shout them out again. Millwife Estate. If you're looking for the kind of products that they have, please by all means recommend it. They do have some good art.
Indeed. Perhaps you should link their website into the comment, not comment, but the description.
I'm not paying enough for that.
Well, yeah. Even the free keychain would be an ample gift if the thoughts behind it are there. If you were to give something to someone you know better, and you actually have the cash to spare for it, perhaps a figurine.
Exactly.
Indeed.
I think a Nendo would be a very good choice. It's more cutesy in appearance. More people prefer that. Otherwise,
1/6 size
a 1/6
saber?
figure. Hey,
for the Edward.
that would put you in my good books.
Indeed. I can see.
All I require is a 1/6 figure of any saber face, and you would be in my good books for a long time.
Well, if you know that they are a Gundam fan,
Kids.
kids.
Perhaps a RG. Real great.
Indeed. There is never, as long as you know what they like and the intention is there is nothing that is really something that you can consider a bad gift, I guess. In the anime context, unless you are giving them an Astolfo body pillow just to make a joke out of them. Nah, that is just a bad gift.
No, I'm sure that we both have a common friend who would appreciate both an Astolfo body pillow and a real great Gundam.
Yes, and pretty sure that if you give them the any dojins that you have, they will gladly accept it or something.
Always has been.
Yes.
Don't worry.
All right.
I've already transferred half to him.
Oh,
Don't worry. The
God.
remaining half is soon to come.
Yes, I'm sure he'll appreciate the gift.
Yeah. With that said, I think let's wrap up the last gift that I think would make suitable.
Manga, yes.
Dojins. Different kind of art. Multi-paged art, to say the least. I think that's good enough. Really depends. Find the series that someone likes. Perhaps you could get them. If you're going to go on a really far trip to Japan, it'll be hard to get for most people. You could get them like a special volume, something like a special release volume, limited edition volume. That also works well.
Yeah,
It makes a very good merchandise for someone to get.
You don't have to give them something that they already have. You could, already know. You could give them something that lies in the genre that they like. So
Sounds good.
indeed, you could gift a Gundam fan. I don't think Gurren Lagann is a manga. Has a manga? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so too.
Yeah.
Gurren
Well, you can
Lagann-
give them the Blu-ray.
That works. If
Yeah.
anything, I think the Gurren Lagann movies pretty good.
Indeed.
If
Yeah.
anything, it was different from the anime. Spoiler alert. Not that big of a spoiler to be honest, but let's just say that it's different.
It is. Yep. With that said, let's get on to the last section, which is
I think it's time for us to review the Singleton 12 with mixers.
and the third mixer that we'll find in his fridge.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, for the third mixer, he had a
We found something
yeah.
lying around, but it's
Yeah,
not chilled. It's called ice cream soda.
Indeed. I assume that most people have tried ice cream soda, the drink itself.
I hope so. It is a Singaporean classic.
Indeed. And I am feeling somewhat adventurous today.
Adventurous enough to drink this unchilled.
Give it a try.
You can always toss the ice into that little mug that we have here. But
Ice,
hey, let's
ice.
first get our drinks
Standard
poured out.
stuff. All right. Yes. So the standard would be Coke Zero and
Ginger ale.
ginger ale. Why did that slip my mind?
Oh, look at all this foam.
Just normal Coke things.
Blind. Can't see anything. Oh, the people during AFA would have recognized that. I was a very blind man.
Yeah. Have you honestly not considered using contact lenses?
No, it's more the fact that I was wearing a wig that was stabbing into my eyes.
Perhaps contact lenses would have solved that.
I don't think so. It wouldn't change the fact that the lenses, like my curly hair, point inwards and stab me in my eyes.
Yes. Oversight. Tis
A criminal
most
oversight.
unfortunate oversight.
Okay, all things looking somewhat equal, I guess.
Yeah.
Time to pour the whiskey.
Everything is balanced as all things should be. Alright, I think that is
That one-
definitely
That one
definitely
had
not
more.
balanced.
That one had more stuff in it.
Yes. Alright.
This is the ginger ale, right?
That is the ginger ale.
We need to make sure that the ginger ale does not overpower things.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
there's one lesson I learned, is that one, tonic water happens to be about the same as dirt water. It just makes things taste bad and bitter.
Huh.
Ginger ale is too strong. So unless we're going to go the extra mile to pay more money for less sugar, then we will just going to need add more whiskey to balance out the taste.
Fair enough.
Whereas Coke is just, well, panacea.
It is just Coke.
It is just Coke.
It is literally just alcoholic Coke most of the time.
Yes.
Has
That's it. Let's give this a go with Coke.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What more can I say?
It's just alcoholic Coke.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
If anything, you could at least get some Singleton taste out.
Honestly, yeah, it's surprising that it actually stands out over the Coke to an extent. More so than a lot of the other whiskies that we have tried.
Is this just what the one episode where my biasness towards the Singleton 12 has maximized such that I poured the perfect dosages?
Who knows? Maybe in the future we can just pour
Oh my
more.
god, it's good, man. See, the alcohol taste does not overpower the Coke, but at the same time, the Coke's sweetness does not overpower the whiskey's taste. So you can actually get a little bit of the flavor, some of the little fruity flavors out of it.
What
It's
an
good, man.
interesting bottle. It is thus far an all-rounder. Tis
Stupendous.
indeed the most value for your buck that you can get.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I shall finish it later.
Good stuff. Go next. Let's go.
Go next.
What's this one again? Ginger ale?
No, it's the ice cream soda.
Wait, I swapped the cups around.
Did you?
Yeah, so this is your ginger ale. Look at the color. One looks more like piss than the other.
Well, let's give it a try. I can't actually smell anything.
Okay, so this is ice cream soda. Cheers. As you can see, it's not cold.
Right.
Once again, good mix.
Yes.
Tastes like
Alcoholic.
ice cream soda and alcohol.
Yeah.
Can I see? If anything, I think it needs to mix a bit more. There's a bit of a derpy taste to it. Like that, the ice cream soda taste. There's always been a bit more of this light sweetness. So you're now mixing another light sweetness, so it's producing a very
Super dirty.
complex light sweetness.
Yes. It is an interesting taste.
Derpy. What can I say?
It is. Oh yeah, it's an interesting taste.
It's
Why
weird,
not?
right?
I would I wouldn't put it away.
Like,
Like
I wouldn't say it's bad.
yeah, honestly,
Just weird.
it might be fun, as it might be considered. You could consider it in replacement of the Coke,
Agreed.
just for the lols.
If
But
anything, it
even-
blends slightly
yeah.
better.
just for the lols, but even for the lols, it actually tastes good. Yeah. Not much else to say.
Stupendous.
Tis most subarashi indeed.
Storm's coming. Okay,
Right.
let's have ginger ale. So this is the one that I think is going to be the most sus because ginger ale's sweetness has, or rather, the sweetness and the ginger ale's distinct taste has often overpowered the whiskies that we had in the past, such that produce just alcoholic ginger ale. Cheers,
Indeed.
mate.
Cheers. So you added a bit more at the end, so
Let's hope it balances or
Yes.
is the solution to the problem.
well, alcohol is indeed a solution.
Alcoholic ginger ale.
Yeah. Surprisingly, the Singleton. Well, to be fair, it is not that strong a taste. Yeah.
It's a good like mix of all the alcohol flavors, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't say that it's
It doesn't-
bammed in one way. It's
Yes.
not like it's not bam sweet like the Inoue. It's not
Yeah.
bam smoky like a Talisker. It's not bam fruity like you would in the Pandarins.
It is balanced as all things should be.
Oh my god, this is actually the Thanos whiskey.
Indeed.
Yeah. If only it was purple.
Hey, perhaps you could propose to the Singleton marketing team to just
Just
purple. Problem is the
They
only
should just,
problem
they
is
should just sponsor us with the 15th and the 18th for
the only problem would be
at this
that
point.
the young kids might just buy the bottle because it's purple. Thanos.
Yeah.
That's
questionable, but yeah, it might actually happen.
Right, you didn't hear it from us.
Yep. What can I say?
Hmm.
Insofar as a good recommendation goes, Singleton 12.
Yeah, 10 out of
Good
10.
neat, good on the rocks, and mixes well for the most part.
It's just a good bottle. Like 10 out of 10.
For the
man.
price.
10 out of 10. A bang for your buck.
Absolutely 10 out of 10. This is the first 10 out of 10 bottle that I could positively say.
Yeah, man. That's
What
just
better time could come than a Christmas recommendation?
stock up a bunch of bottles, get pissed drunk on Christmas Day, and then
Yeah.
the next day is a holiday.
Yeah. Honestly, I honestly didn't know what your reaction would be because this is your first time tasting the bottle,
Indeed.
whereas I've like had it previously.
Mm-hmm.
So I do know how it tastes, and I can say that the taste is absolutely great, like on the rocks.
Mm.
But even with the mixes, it mixes well.
Yeah, it
So-
definitely makes us well.
This is your budget scotch for any situation.
Indeed. A party? Mixer? Sure. Drink it straight? Sure.
This is the drink. And right now, it's going for as low as $59 with a free cup.
Yeah, a free cup, man.
Think about it. What do you think helps us run these episodes? It's just the sheer number of cups that I've collected.
Indeed, the number of free cups.
The Kyushu Cowboys gave a free cup.
Mm-hmm.
Glen Moray, which is what we're going to review next, spoiler alert, gives a free cup. Let's see, what else gives a free cup?
Tiger.
Tiger gave free cups, but I wasn't the one who got Tiger. That would be my dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
So props to
Yes,
him for
plenty.
enabling our new mixer setup.
indeed. Thanks to his sponsorship of the cups, so that I can continue indulging myself in alcoholism. Wait, what? Yeah. Oh,
Addiction.
and it also comes in a very nice little box that you can repurpose for other purposes if you.
Like storing your dojins.
Yeah. Honestly, it is
It's the
a
same
very
size.
nice. Yeah, it's a very nice box.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Think about it is roughly the size of the bottle, slightly bigger. And it's just a good box.
Just yank it out. To show
Yeah.
around. This is the Singleton 12 gift box. It is a very big box. I'm not sure how you're gonna see it,
Good question.
but I do know that it is at least recording. That was my primary concern.
Mm-hmm.
But it is slightly bigger than A4 size. Comes with space for the bottle as well as the cup.
Yeah,
I've
pretty
been
sure.
taking out the cup. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
pretty sure you can remove the stuffing. But yeah, it's a very nice box for
You can indeed remove the
other
stuffing,
purposes.
guaranteed.
you know. Really a bang for your buck. Alright, shall we call it?
Yep, I think this is an absolute wrap for the whiskey review of the Singleton 12. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, man.
It is a absolute all-rounder.
Just get a bottle.
Just get a bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben. It's been quite a long delay before we finally started recording this final section, but
Indeed.
I think I've had plenty of things to say for this episode. What about you? I think it's
Yeah.
time for you to say something.
There are plenty of behind the scenes discussions going on. But yeah, I guess it's time for me to bring out the sociological perspective.
No, it's called bring out the despair. Despair in thinking.
No. This tis the season to be jolly, you know?
Ho 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 ho.
Indeed, I can't really bring down the mood with something too depressing. So why not we do something that is more uplifting in the sociological field?
Lifting, you say?
Yeah.
Hey.
Uh-huh. Not that kind of lifting, you know, something more upbeat, less depressive. Well,
Alright, hit
something
me.
that is different. So, you know, when we speak of commodities and the Christmas presents.
Yeah, products and services.
Exactly. So, what exactly is a present? It is a gift from one person to the other. Well, you know, what constitutes a gift?
Jojo, ukitore.
I mean, there's that.
Shiza.
But, you know, the person receiving the gift, as the person receiving the gift, do you feel urge or the unsettling feeling that you have to reciprocate the gift?
Yes, because I'm not a selfish person.
Indeed, yes. That's kind of the idea of where I'm going with it. So the idea of the gift by Marcel Moyes, who is the nephew of let me check again.
Choto, do you just say moist?
Marcel Moyes. No, not moist. Marcel Mouse. Sorry, Mouse.
In the same way that you spell the word gauze, it is simply gauze, but replace the G with an M. Moss. Marcel
Yeah.
Moss, right?
Marcel Mouse.
I don't know. I can only speak in one language and swear in perhaps 5.
Can't remember whether it's I think it's French. Can't remember exactly.
Doesn't
But
matter. I've never learned French.
anyways, he was the nephew of Emil Durkheim, who is the
Durkheim.
yes, Durkheim, the
Flashbacks to
initial-
functionalism.
yes, functionalism, which is credited to Durkheim. So Marcel Mauss, however his name is pronounced, he proposed the idea of the gift. So the idea behind that is that the gift is not. It is more than just the present itself. There is also a social factor behind the gift. Indeed.
I mean, we have heard of things like gifting yourself a present, but fundamentally, gifts are meant to be between someone and another.
Yes. So remember how we were talking about what would be a good present for an anime fan?
I
like-
mean, we've talked about so many, like fitness gifts, anime gifts.
But something to be said about the gift is that it also speaks towards the individual that is giving the gift, to the identity of the individual giving the gift. So
Ooh,
like
identity.
yeah, exactly. So if I were to give you a fitness gift,
Fantastic.
it will be reflecting of me as an individual who is somewhat versed in the culture of fitness.
Ah,
Because
yes,
you know,
of course.
if I, to be fair, if I myself would give a gift, I wouldn't consider something to do with fitness because I am not well versed in the culture of fitness.
Makes sense.
Right.
Whereas I would give something that belongs to whatever we've talked about because I am well versed in fitness. But
Indeed.
I might buy you support, might buy you clothes, might buy you perhaps a different service.
Indeed, it is because the gift actually reflects the individual giving the gift, right? Makes sense.
Yep.
As an anime fan, I will give you a gift as an anime fan myself.
I would settle for a 1/6 moderate figurine, but hey, that's giving away too much information on who I consider my waifu.
Yep, indeed. So, yeah, the idea of the gift being a reflection of the character or identity of the individual giving the gift actually relates to the second part of the gift. So there is the giving of the gift, and then there is also the action of receiving a gift.
Aha, yes, because
Yes.
it is possible to turn down, reject, and return a gift.
Yes, indeed it is. So the idea behind his idea of the gift is that this giving and receiving is the process of formations for social relations. Indeed, it is a fundamental aspect of our current society. So if one were to reject a gift, it would be to reject the identity of the individual that is giving the gift.
And we know in these times that rejecting a person's identity is a very contentious and painful affair.
Yes, 'tis most contentious indeed. But yeah, so the idea behind that is that, this gift giving actually forms a very crucial aspect to our society.
Indeed.
Yeah. So honestly, my brain is kind of lagging right now because the Singleton, we have
It's
consumed-
been such a good whiskey that we've
Yeah.
actually been drinking more than we normally would for an episode, and not to mention that we have another episode after this to film.
Indeed.
It pertains to a theme that Ben has been saying quite consistently: identity.
Identity, indeed. Identity is a fundamental part of our modern society. But yeah, the idea behind not reciprocating the gift or not accepting. Okay, so there are two aspects. So there are three parts to gifting: the giving,
Giveth,
receiveth,
taketh,
giving it back.
returneth.
Not returneth of the gift specifically, but returneth in the sense that you return a gift.
Reciprocation.
Yes. So
Okay.
individuals
Yes, money changes
in a
hands.
society, yes, exactly, money changes hands, but in this case, gifts changes hands. So the idea of a gift is that when a person gives a gift and then the receiver receives the gifts, it forms the obligation for a reciprocation, that you are obliged to return a gift as an indication of your liberalism, your social status, that stuff,
Many different considerations.
many different considerations indeed, and that kind of forms one significant aspect of our society which doesn't revolve around just purely market forces.
Yes, man giveth, man taketh, and man reciprocate.
Exactly.
As in relationships.
Exactly. So that actually forms a very significant part of our human relations with each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Act of gifting goes beyond Christmas.
Exactly. And yeah, that it brings up a very uplifting idea that, when you consider a gift for a different person, for another person, it's not merely just consumption of a good. There's actually a whole, how would I put it, a whole system, a whole idea behind the gift as, social relations. You want to relate to people and not just give them something that they can consume.
As the perhaps the more neurotic individual here, let me just say, it's all about the kokoro. It's all
Yes.
about your feelings. It's all about what you
Indeed.
want to give someone. It's
It is
all about the meaning behind it. It's not just for the sake of pure consumerism.
Yeah, it is
As
the
we
heart
have been
counts.
talking about throughout this entire episode.
Indeed.
Ironically.
Ironically, indeed. So yeah, that is the uplifting side of the gift. Much unlike the other topics that I've been talking about,
Yeah. If that's it, I think biggest takeaway from this entire episode is the sole fact that the Singleton 12 is actually a wonderful, solid whiskey.
Indeed.
Good pricing, fantastic gift, goes around in many different drinking settings, whether it's you drinking neat, on the rocks, at a bar, or whether in a mixer.
Indeed.
It goes well in everything.
And if you have an alcoholic friend, give them a Singleton and they'll be obliged to give you back another bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Who knows? Well, that's it.
I think this is a wrap.
Yeah.
A
Well, be sure
fantastic
to
wrap.
consume this commodity of the episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, please even during the holidays, drink responsibly because hopefully we don't have to be responsible for any overdose and calling of ambulances.
Yes, despite the abrupt end to this episode, I have to say it's been a wonderful, delightful reviewing and recommendation setting. Please indulge in the spirit of giving and get a good whiskey for whether you love someone or a loved one, an unloved one. Otherwise, do like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a nice day.
Yes, that will be good. Like, share, and subscribe. That will be the gift to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Ho, ho, ho. It's the end of the episode. But don't worry, because Santa Claus will be coming to the EOY, the end of year J Cultural Festival, with the gift of gains.
Well, I assume that we'll have sweets as well, but
Of course, make sure you keep an eye out for the really large chest
indeed.
and the really large chest that will be going around giving out free sweets.
Yes, indeed. With that said,
That's it. Have a nice
hope
day.
to see you at EOY.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But also have a very nice day.